Okay, spent about an hour dicking around with this thing, getting all the hardware and stuff, and getting this rubber boot figured out. So I was able to get a rubber boot on here. I had to put an O-ring under it and a piece of thick stainless steel tie wire to space the rubber out, or the O-ring out, so the rubber will go around and stay on it. What a pain in the butt. We adjusted this, there's clearance. I don't think you can hear it, but it's loose in there. This boot had to go over a nut, so luckily it squeezed up over it. So now it looks pretty good on there, and it keeps the water out. You got a spacer over here with acorn nut and a backup washer so the heim can't come off even if it breaks. Safety device there. We'll put this on with red Loctite because we don't want this to ever come off. And we got this spaced away with one thin washer. This is bolted in here with Loctite and then jam nutted here. This one only has Loctite, so we put a lock washer there. So that's how that all goes on. This is factory here. For this down here, we got long bolts, so I get a full length shoulder. So you can see how long the shoulder is. So the peg is going to be on the shoulder, so is this. And then we got an acorn nut here, so I got to cut off over a ½ inch here. This is a 2-inch long bolt. So we'll cut this off so we only have a little bit showing. We'll leave acorn on only and leave it. We might throw a lock washer on it too, maybe, but probably just Loctite. And we'll put our pegs on it. So that gives us a nice shoulder for the peg to sit on. Did we get a kind of something in the kit for this? You were going to change it anyway, probably.
Yeah, it has one in the
Oh,
kit.
those are those Avon pegs you bought. Okay, I remember. Okay, you got that 9/16 wrench over there?
I think that's what came with the kit.
Yeah, these are butt ugly, but yeah. Okay.
9/16. No, I gave it back to you. You had both the boxes.
Those Avon pegs, wherever they went to.
Oh yeah, hopefully they went back.
No, they're in a box. I haven't done anything yet.
No, those things they're not going on the bike.
Oh, now you don't like the pegs at all?
No.
Oh, shit. Yeah. So he wants to put an acorn down here so we'll hide that ugly nut. I kind of wanted that ugly nut to be here, or bolts. I can screw it in the bike though. See how that works?
Mm-hmm.
Where's that bolt? This has a lock washer on it because we can't do it. There's a hole that way up there is the hole. You gotta be careful about this bolt bottoming out and not being tight. Can't feel it. That one's getting close to the inside of the frame there on that one. Okay, those are not full torque, they're just on there. And the brake appears to be working right now, but we'll find out if it will if we put fluid in it. Alright, so that's how that one looks over there. And what's the thing on the other side?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Looks like it's long enough. Where's your washers? How many threads did you have on these? 2? Kind of cheating on the threads, aren't they? Okay, so we need longer bolts. And, oh, you didn't even have the plate on here yet. What'd you do with the plate?
It's laying over there.
This thing. Okay, so let's go get some hardware for doing that. Lock washers and bolts.
I took it out because I wasn't sure. I didn't think we were going to run that, so.
As far as I know, we are. We haven't done anything different yet.
I was going to show you something I found that you can mount it down below.
Yeah, the one hangs right down low in the front.
Mm-hmm.
Not the filter one. It'll be below the frame.
Yeah, but we're going to have the other oil cooler up front, remember?
I know. That's why you had to have this bracket on top. Unless you're changing your mind on me. Okay, these are 1/4 inch longer. A lot of thread now. So right now I got no lock washer on here right now. If it tightens up now, right now, then we know that it'll be tight with a lock washer. See how it pulls in all the way? So we know that'll fit. At least on that particular one. Big long ones here. It's tight. There we go. I want to rotate now. It's common for these bolts to bottom out in the frame. See, like that one's tight. That's the operator on that one. No, that one ain't gonna work. See, that one tightened up. This one tightened up. This one here obviously is not gonna work. The problem is this one has all the load on it from the kickstand. See how many threads you got? Guess what happens if you put a lock washer on there?
Less.
Yes, a lot less. So more than likely I'm going to probably try to tap that deeper. See what it's hitting against, or maybe grind an 1/8 inch off of this. We got maximum thread in the frame. So I don't know why it didn't go in all the way. It's sticking through. It's hitting the tube of the frame. The boss. We're close to fitting, but not quite. If you had a washer and a lock washer, it might clear, but it's really, really close.
Well, it doesn't have to go to the kickstand too, like you said, or is that not? No, the kickstand mounts here.
Separate mount.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to give up that 1/8 of an inch. These are 1/4 inch longer bolts. So I'll probably wind up grinding this one down a little bit. For now, I'll use this for mock up, but I'd rather not sacrifice that extra thread and a half.
Yeah.
It's like I said, when the kickstand pulls up, this whole bracket's trying to tilt off these two here, and this is one that's holding it.
Yeah.
And if this one here pulls, it'll just pivot off of these two and loosen up. Eventually it'll break and fall off. So here's the 3 locks. We'll keep these over here. We'll lay them right up there. And then this bolt here, I think we're going to wind up using this one here. I'll put these in here. I'll just have to shorten it and make it work. Now you had some longer 3/8 bolts over there. Maybe we can use some of those. I'll have to go and check them and see if we got something that you can use.
I was gonna. So this is actually gonna put it up higher if you look and get it away from our cable.
Well, we haven't done this yet, so we don't know where it's going to sit. Okay, that helps a lot there.
Right.
We're not too high here, so that's good. So we need a bolt that comes through here. Was that a fine thread bolt, it looks like?
Yeah.
Did they give any fine thread hardware over here that we get with all our junk?
Well, that bag is over there of the stuff.
Okay.
Let me look through it.
We don't have any fine thread bolts right now hitting there. And did you have some coarse long bolts in there? Let's pour that over here. Maybe we can scavenge some of this junk off of here. Okay, these are all fine thread. These are for the kickstand for now. Okay, so we have no... These are all way long. This one here we might be able to use. That might work. Actually, that probably worked pretty good. I want to still have a washer. What do you got for a washer? Any kind of a 5/16 washer? No.
No, I thought I saw one. I just had one a second ago.
It doesn't hurt to have a safety washer on here for your Heims. That's 3/8. Okay, hold on. So if you put a washer on the back side here, then the Heim can't fall out, no matter what. So you just have a little thin washer back in there, and that'll keep it from protected.
Okay.
It's always a safety. Now on a shifter, it isn't that critical. On the brake, it is. You definitely have it on the brake. But if your shifter fails on you, it wouldn't be too good either. So, you know, it's one of those deals. If you got room for it,
Toss it on there.
doesn't hurt to have it. Doing all the half-inch wrench here.
You gonna grab a washer?
I'm looking for one here. Yeah, I got some right here.
Mm-hmm.
These aren't the HWs, these are the thinner ones.
Mm-hmm.
There's one right here. There's one right here. It's not quite as big as diameter as mine. I think I'd rather have mine. A little bit bigger diameter would help us for protection. See how the bigger diameter
Yeah.
protects it? It's strictly a safety thing. On racing, it's required, but for street bikes, it's not required. Chrome is not happy with the medium chrome here.
Chrome on chrome.
Yeah, it's not happy. Usually not happy chrome gulls up and you lose both parts, but appears to be going in right now. Of course, it always appears to be going in until it sticks. It's junk. Of course, torque the piss out of it doesn't help it. Okay, so the Heinz free. That's on there. Okay, where's our nut? We can use one of these disgusting ass nuts you don't like.
No.
Perfect. Look at that.
No. Get it off of there.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Like that. One of my fancy
Here's what
ones.
I'm looking at, where your peg's at and where this is at. I mean, I know it's going to come out a little bit, but
We got to adjust the spline. That's a nice spark plug you're looking at.
it's actually got part of it in there.
Oh, okay. So the way this works is you have a course adjustment with your spline. So once you get your butt up here in the seat, put your foot down here, see the angle your foot's at.
Right.
See that your foot's going to be at an angle like this. It's usually going to be like this unless your knee is up here. Usually your knee's back here. So your foot comes down like that, and your foot's laying like this. See, that's why this is at an angle like that.
It just looked like it was a.
So this is actually probably pretty close. Now this adjustment up here is what fine-tunes where this peg sits. This is a course adjustment because this one's going to be here or it's going to be up here. Or it's going to be down here. This here you can put anywhere you want by adjusting it. Understand?
Mm-hmm.
And if they ran a positive negative, it'll get changed. See how this doesn't change? It just moves the rod back and forth. If you had a left and a right-handed thread, as you did this, it would change it right here. So this one you have to take the heim off I just put on and go back and forth on it. So that's how that works. We can't do that until you get it on the bike. So it looks like it gets pretty close. Now this can also change where you put this. This does not have to be right here. It can be a little bit forward. But ideally you want to be over-centered as you go. So it goes over-centered like this is your adjustment. That gives you maximum throw here
Okay.
and the most leverage. Now if you're way over here and go way like this, the leverage angle's all screwed up. Or if it's way back here, the leverage angle's screwed up. So
it's
right
in a pretty
now,
good spot.
well, right now it should go back a little bit. But cosmetically, when it starts getting more further back in this, it starts looking kind of goofy.
Okay.
So this is easy about where they go. Easy, it's right about where the drain is for the cylinder here.
Yeah.
That's right, easy about where they sit. So it's close enough. It's not going to move much. See, remember, we're in the middle of the position. It goes both ways, see?
Yeah.
So right now we should be dead center, and we're not quite dead center, but we're close. Dead center is probably about right here where my finger is. So that's close enough. It doesn't have to be dead nuts. And we're not shifting all the way yet either. There, that one's all the way in gear now, and that's all the way in gear there. So that'll work. And it looks like we're gonna, it helps us on our cable here, but see the problem with the cable wasn't this, it's the bolt behind it. Went up and hitting it, see right there. See the nut? This bolt?
Mm-hmm.
Comes up and nails it.
No, it's not hitting it.
I know, I said I bent it way out of the way.
Oh.
But remember, this only has power to it when the starter's engaged.
ignition, right, it engages.
So the chance of you shifting it while you're starting the bike is not likely. The problem is if you put this thing in here and then you wiping the bike down, you shove it back, and then when you keep pounding it like that, you know, it's not good for the cable. But the positive cable here will obviously going to go in front of this, and the trigger wire will go in front of it, so they'll be hanging down low. So this one will actually protect the power cable, because the power cable is full hot all the time.
Mm-hmm.
This is only for starting purposes. This
Okay.
one's full hot. So we can do it like this, keeps it nice and clean. It's tucked away pretty good once it gets past this shifter. It's just this shifter going back and forth is our only bad point.
Yeah.
Going over the top over here, you have a lot of rub points here that are relatively, you know, can eat in the cable. You got the clutch cable is going to be going through here. And it has to, the other cable's buried on the other side over there. So right now our cable right now is tucked in over here. Now you moved that a little bit because that used to be further over.
Yeah, but I thought it looked ugly like that.
Yeah, but see, it protects, it's not being hit by anything.
Yeah.
I'm more concerned about that. Now once we get up on the bike, we'll see if it's, see that's going to be rubbing against it. So it's going to wear away on it. So your cable's going to go back and forth. There's no way of putting pressure on it. And it's on top of your tranny now, so is that uglier than being
I thought so.
over here?
That looks ugly. God, that looks ugly.
Yeah. So otherwise we can go over the top, like stock is, and be above all this. But see, getting over this is a problem because the cable's in the way of the lever. It's going to be the same problem no matter where you put it.
Yeah.
It's going to rub right on that thing. It's going to eat it away eventually.
Well, the only other thing is
The other
you see
option-
go up above it.
Well, the other option is you can go down underneath this whole thing and back up around. Cable's not long enough for that, but I'm not sure what holds these cables. These cables are pre-made in the starter, so I'm not sure how they're attached. But that'd be your other option. You can do a custom cable and just wrap it underneath the whole bike and come back up. Then you won't have anything in the way of anything. It'll be all tucked up underneath under here where there shouldn't be any problems. So anyway, that's something we got to figure out. Remember, you got a bunch of oil lines coming through here too.
Right, right. That's what I was trying to go over further.
The further you go over, the more it's a problem.
Well, if you got it on the other side of the tranny is what I was getting
There's
at.
a chain over there.
Well, not as far as the chain. I know this chain.
Like I said, you're on top of the gearbox. You might as well just go across the top. The only problem is the cable's like,
Yeah.
8 inches too long. So that's why I had it where I had it. It's the beast. So we're going to leave it over here for now. Give a shit what you care about.
It ain't gonna stay there.
We'll see. We're going to put a bunch of oil lines through here, and we'll see what you think after the oil lines are in there. Okay, remember, he's going to have a bunch of these things coming across here. One's going to be coming right through here. Probably right next to this thing, right on top of it, just like that. So we have 2 more right across here. So they're coming down from up top here. So
Let's do the oil lines and then I'll do the brake or the battery around it.
I know that's why it's not on there all done yet. Okay, so we have to fine tune this once we figure out what you're going to go for controls. The regulator's going to sit up here for now. The oil filter piece, we have to make something under here if that's still what you're going to want to do. So we'll go see what you found in the book. That's probably nothing different we already looked at before. And then the kickstand is going to have to be figured out what the length is to make it work for the bike height. Because even though we are on the ground right now, aren't we? Yeah, we're all the way down.
Yeah, but it's up.
It's up in the back. Still, the stand's way up in the air. It's going to have to be a fairly high-mounted stand. All right, that's it for now. Yeah, he's late, past his bedtime.
I'm sticking around.
He's gonna make me work now. All right, maybe we'll work on some more lines next. We'll see what he wants to do.
Yeah.
Okay, we're working on the brake lines over here. Junior over there is figuring out how to make all this stuff work. How's it going, Junior?
It's coming. We got this.
So yeah, our oil lines are mocked up a little bit. A little extra hanging around. All right, we took this bracket here and I modified it, bent it. I put this 6-speed tranny to good use by using it as a mounting point. So we got our T right here with the brake switch going straight under the tranny where nobody can see it. Then we have our nice line coming up through here, right up to our caliper. Instead of putting a 90 on it, we use a 30. And we'll have to put a little dowel clamp right here to hold it. This line here is about 2 inches too long, we're thinking, so I'll have to get a shorter one. So the T comes out of here, which we can't even see, and we're going to go up to the master cylinder up here, where we got this other 30-degree one hanging here, which looks more like a 45 to me, but it said 30 on the package. Okay, so we're going to see if this will fit onto that one. And then the front brake we got over here. We got this one put in here, which is a 16-inch one with a 90 down here. And we're using a Goodrich crossbar up under here. Looks pretty good. The regulator we got under here, we figured our oil bracket, cooler mount going under here, we're going to make it. This is the oil cooler we're going to use, one of these old ones. This one's going to wind up being up under here. So I'm going to make a bracket for that. Yeah. Here's a do-it-yourself kit right here. There, that's the one right there we're going to use. And come off the motor mount, and bend it up to a tight angle and make it work. We only got about 3 hours of work since we were last videoed anything. Okay, how'd that fit? You run it through the hose? You run it through the frame? Yeah.
Yep. It's got a little bow to it. Like I said, I could probably lose an inch or two.
Okay. Well, that was a 26. You figured about 25.
25 or
24, 25. So it looks
Yeah.
like the 25 would probably be pretty good. Well, you don't have this mounted yet. You gotta hold this in here. Tighten it up. Here, you hold it down.
Then, yeah, then we does need a 24.
Yeah. Well, we'll measure it here in a second. Okay, that one's good. Okay, everything's tucked up high off the frame.
Yeah.
Above the frame, but hidden. You don't even see it. Where's the brake lines? There's no lines. And the feed line is going to be right next to it. So here's our feed line stuck in here, and you can't even see the damn thing for the cooler. That's going to be tucked up in there too, next to the frame. But now we're going to have an oil line. This line's going to be in there close. Okay, take that off of that so we can get a measurement. Like I said, there's nothing underneath the frame. Everything's up, buried up inside the frame where it belongs. I'm thinking only 1 inch is going to come out of that. 2 inches, I don't know if you can make it fit. 2 inches, you couldn't fit it. You're like 1.5 inches, so it's going to have to be 1 inch.
So it's going to go up there. So
You're not going to get anything more than 1 inch, are you?
no, I said I don't think so.
Yeah, so we got to go 1 inch short. You can't go 2 inches. It will never
Okay,
fit.
so
So we can always rotate this back if we need to soak up some length, but I don't think we need to move it at all. I think it would be pretty good with 1 inch shorter.
so what's this one? 20.
This is 26.
So we need a 25. Okay.
I don't think you can pull it enough to get it to fit. There's no way. You know, we're not getting.
Yeah, like you said, might just rotate that back.
We're
a
not
little.
getting to the top of this nut. Pull it up there with both hands. Can you get to the top of the nut? There's just no way. You know, you're 1/2 inch short. So it's going to be 1 inch. So 1 inch is what it's going to be.
Okay.
It's just not. It's just going to have a little bit of slack in the thing that you're not going to be happy with. That's all. Like I said, we can rotate this up a little bit here, but
Right.
that's going to affect the other one.
Just a little, and we're going to shorten that one up.
Let me tighten up there. And just move it enough, but stay tight. Okay. So you know you can change this a little bit and
I
suck
think
up.
that right there would just clean it up just enough.
Yeah, this will take up slack here because we got rotation here
Yeah.
that we can play with, and then we'll just take it up on this other end over here. So we want to have a little bit more room for our axle adjustment anyway, so that extra 1/2 inch should just be back here. Okay, go ahead and look it up. I think we'll get that handled. Okay, so we need to get a 25 for
A
that.
25 for this.
16's on the front, and then
16's on the front, and that's.
this was 14.
So we want to go down
Because
to.
this is 16 right here.
So we want to go to 14.
We're going to blow 2 inches off of this because this thing's going to hang way back here right now. Okay, there we go. So see, we can go, you know, we can suck up 2 inches easy here.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
We got almost 3 inches coming off of that thing. So 2 inches to be comfortable because we still want to have a little bit of an S through here for the swing arm to work correctly.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll take 2 off of this. That'll lay in there good. We got to get some kind of a clamp over here anyway to hold this. And we can soak up a little bit up and down here by just doing this kind of thing over here. We can soak up, see that soaks up an inch right there just doing that. Okay, yeah, so we can make this taunt by moving this
Moving
back.
that back a little bit.
Obviously it's going to bring it up into view a little bit, but it's still pretty well hidden. You're not going to...
I think that's
We see it here because we're at ground level.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a muffler through here. So it's going to probably sit about like that to be the length you want. Is it hooked up now?
Yep.
Is it tight?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're taut right now, so yeah, there's your inch right there. Yeah, an inch is going to be almost perfect. That thing is going to be probably about right there when we're done. So, all right, that'll work good. And like I said, this here, we're figuring out all this. We're going to have this tube here going up underneath the frame rail over there. This one here, we're going to run on this side over here, because you got in and out. There's only room for one.
Yeah.
Up under here. See how it's running up through here? So it's all above the frame. No zip ties. It just sits up there on its own. And you can't even see it. So that'll be pretty well tucked up in there, so it'll be pretty damn clean. And the transmission doesn't look too bad with all the junk over here. So we can put all the lines through here, the cable through here. I think I can make a little bracket to come off the screw right here to hold this line down, this battery cable, so the clutch arm won't hit it anymore. So if I put a little finger clamp right there to hold it, that'll take care of that problem. Even if you just had a little eyelet right there and do that, that'll hold it too. But we just make something right here simple. Yeah, you could put a little zip tie around a little eyelet, double brace looking thing. Wouldn't take much to hold that down. And we still have access to put your neutral switch wire.
Probably like a cable holder or cable, you know what I mean?
Well, it's a 1/4 inch screw, so it just has to come out of a 1/4 inch.
Okay. I'll look for something.
So we'll have to figure out. It needs to be horseshoe, boomerang shaped.
Yeah.
It's got to go around the corner. It just needs to be a little eyelet sticking out. It's got to be more than it can't be an eyelet off like a wire. It's too thin. It has to be something stronger than that. All right, so we're just playing around here a little bit, just figuring this stuff out as you go. So
I think we got a pretty good idea.
So that's pretty well tucked away, all the cables and lines. So I'm going to make a list of stuff to order up, and you can go with black lines. So we're still going to go with the chrome ends, right? Still?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to make these black, but we're going to keep the chrome and nut, and it'll have this ugly piece of shit hanging out here too, I think. If we're lucky, if this disappears being black,
yeah,
then it'll look great. But if this still looks like it's shiny, it'll look like crap. So hopefully they'll make it where it needs to be. And you have to get your foot pegs in to figure out the rest on this thing. So I guess you can make a chance to order on those other ones to see what they look like when they get here.
Yeah.
So we can't do the oil lines until we get the oil cooler mounted, and there's a lot of stuff we can't do until something else is mounted. And after all that stuff's mounted, then you put the exhaust on it. But until you do all the other stuff, you can't do the exhaust. And it's just kind of a catch-22. I can't put the primer together because the push rod needs to be made over on the other side. So I'll make that from scratch. So evidently Baker makes a longer adjuster for here, but I don't think it's going to work because we're using a Barnett clutch over here and it's not compatible. So I'm going to wind up making a push rod here, a piece of a drill rod, heat treat it, and it'll be about a 1/2 inch longer. This is all I need. So I'll have enough to make 3 or 4 of them. Alright, that's about it for now. So anyway, that's our update. So are you happy I did something today?
Yeah, I'm happy.
Good, because the day's almost over. See, it's almost tomorrow.
It's almost tomorrow. Oh shit, it is.
We get triple overtime when we hit tomorrow.